CW3 Troutman here with another ALCE training video, this time on NVGs, night vision goggles, Anvis 6. So real quick, let's go through the carrying case. In your carrying case, you're going to have a 2408-30 for discrepancies. Check the inspection criteria and make sure nothing's wrong with your goggles. You're going to have two power packs, primary and alternate. They should be labeled primary and alternate with AA only. That's all we use. Got your battery pack. Just check the cord, make sure it's off, make sure the doors work and they open and close. You'll have your actual goggle with 4 lens caps and cord. Lens paper to clean. We'll talk about that here in a second. And your Dash 10 manual right there with your appropriate ASAMs. That's your carrying case. Alright, moving on, let's talk about the binocular assembly. We're going to try to roll through this pretty quick. You have your objective, which is the small side, and then your eyepiece. Just remember, eyepiece always goes to your eye. Pretty easy. Lens paper on the eyepiece and on the objective, and you wipe in a small circle working out. Okay? It obviously mounts to your helmet with an NVG mount on your visor. Okay, I already have my battery pack mounted, so we'll talk about that here in a second. Batteries we talked about. The biggest thing about the batteries is that primary and alternate. Primary position on your battery pack should be to the right, depending on how you mount it. This is in the vertical position, and to the right is primary. That leaves your alternate battery in that 0 low time, no time, so you always have it as a backup, as a 0 time battery for the primary. And again, we use AA's, we don't use anything, and it's all temperature based about battery life, but 10 to 22 hours is in normal operating ranges from 70 to 100. Mounting the low battery pack we talked about. Red dot to red dot up here on top. Just pulls out and then right back in. Look at your mount, make sure it's not cracked. If you have any problems with that, contact your local ALCE guy, Fancy Lad or me or Chris Wilson. We'll get her fixed. Let's talk about counterweight bags. 12 to 22 ounces. Should be loose lead weighted shot, so it breaks and it dissipates in a crash sequence. Should that ever happen, that would be bad. Solid weights are not authorized. Just want to show you that. All right, neck cords. If you're not wearing a HUD, wear the neck cord. If you're wearing a HUD, the neck cord can be removed. It's a fireproof material. We have them all installed with that barrel screw, and it should be in your bag on all times. If it's not installed, it should be in the bag. Okay, let's talk quickly about the goggle itself. You have automatic brightness protection or control and bright source protection. So ABC, automatic brightness control and bright source protection. That's getting into the weeds. We don't want to do that. We just mainly want to talk about the goggles. So back to your helmet. Real easy. You got a vertical adjustment knob here to move your assembly up and down. Your lock release button. That's how you should always put the goggles, in the up or down position, and to remove them with your lock release button. Let's go back to the goggle. Moving right along. Pivot adjustment shelf. Just some nomenclature, pieces and parts. Eye span adjustment knobs right here and right here with a little some numbers that you can always know. Hey, I'm a 60, I'm a 65. Fore and aft adjustment here on the top of the pivot adjustment shelf. Tilt lever here, up and down. Okay. Again, objective focus rings, and then your eyepiece focus rings here. Okay. That'll run you through the nomenclature of the goggle. Operator maintenance. Basically, if they're dirty, just brush them off. A very damp cloth or the eye lens paper. Eye lens paper is really the only thing you should put on the lens. Any kind of exposure to salt water, just turn them into dust. We'll get it fixed. Let's talk quickly about some problems with the goggles themselves. There's two types. There's cosmetic and operational. Operational defects are what is going to actually downgrade the goggles and you're not going to use them. They're going to red X them. Shading, edge glow, emission points, flashing, flickering, intermittent operation. Any of those, red X the goggles. 2408-30, write them up, make a red card for us. We'll take care of them, get you another pair. Cosmetic blemishes are a little bit harder to find, but you'll see some. We're talking about shading. We are talking about bright spots, black spots, chicken wire, fixed pattern noise, image disparity, output brightness variation, distortion. Any of those, if you question them, ask Chris Wilson, ask Jeremiah Hanley. They'll take care of that stuff for you, and they'll look at them and make sure they're good. Your OSAP, your indoor and your outdoor focus procedures are in the -10 for the goggle manual. Get with your IP. Make sure you're doing it right. I'm not going to go through that because it's kind of a long process, but we can help you in the shop also. And then don't forget, we talked about in another video how to store these properly. Make sure you get these things stored properly in their case to make them last longer. That's my time for the goggles. Hope you enjoyed this short video, some nomenclature on the goggles, and that should help you be a lot smarter pilot or non-rated crewman. Talk to you later. See you on the next one.